Good morning to all. Welcome to Splendid Leading. Today we have a discussion on the essay topic titled My Vision for India in 2047. Actually, this essay is prepared for the competition. As we all know that India attained independence in 1947 and by 2047 we will glorify our 100th year of independence. On this magnificent occurrence, I realize articulating my vision for India in 2047 to my dear sister Swarna Jaganda Tejas for clarifying myself with my dear sister. This letter traverses from the initial goals of ignition and inspiration and emphasize the need for the integrated leadership, for the futuristic privilege for humanity, and the transnational leadership with the sense of ensuring a win-win configuration with India as a fulcrum of global unanimity. My dear sister Swarna Jaganda Tejas, I received your letter yesterday. I envision all is well with you and the rest of the family members. I hope you are doing well. Delightfully, I heard good news from the Chitti that you have topped the class this year. I am pleased to hear about this. Keep it up. You recall one thing, our studies are not ours alone. It converged with our ambition of our India because you are a small child of today's India. But after 25 years, you might be a premier of India, diplomat for superpowers, or the leader of the United Nations. That's why I am eagerly writing this word of my vision of our greater India in 2047 with you, my dear sister. Simultaneously, our conversation in the previous letters declares our aspiration of ideal citizenship, moral responsibility, financial independence, and environmental care. But in this letter, as an aspirant of Invincible India, I have some additional assertions in the form of a previous prevision to become an integrated superpower by knowledge, technology, and spiritual premiership to lead the nations of the world by the virtues of intellectual compliance and assertive courage. Visualizing vibrant India. Dear sister, in this regard, at present, I visualize that the distinction of Indian ethos and spiritual and humanitarian values are virtues of the past, the fuel of the contemporary inspiration for our greater heights in the global arena. I can visualize with the grit of conviction that we will celebrate the 100th year of independence in 2047 with our friends who are always crossing their academic triumphs along with the sense of India First Shankalp. For your easy understanding, India First, whatever you do, wherever you work, India should be the top priority for all its citizens. I want these praises will be the actuality for every citizen in 2047 as a mantra. Moreover, I can foresee India has moved much further on the route of humanitarian values navigated by the precepts of harmony, fairness, and global integrity. These greater values of virtues that lived since ancient times. But I want to aspire to be the most inclusive and comprehensive, encompassing with win-win solutions for all countries of the living world. Indeed, the values of integrity and Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, what is one family, are considered the central theme of our Indian ancient values, will integrating the entire humanity definitely in 2047 from the inspiration of our own values. This verse of Maha Upanishad is inscribed in the entrance hall of the Parliament of India and is not only for India alone, but it will be the universalized into the whole world, certainly in 2047. It happened due to the manifested outcome of our commitment and carrying of the world well-being of an integrated world into oneness. India's thriving itinerary. In 2022, as a student in 8th grade, I found some of sort of incongruences within and between the territory and beyond the frontiers in the form of climate change, terrorism, malnutrition, child labor, socio-economic imbalances, scarcity of transparency, of probity, and functional illiteracy. Indeed, I am sure that the scenario will change in 2047 due to our total commitment to India's leadership in the world by rendering adequate efforts. Substantially, it solidly requires our aggregate devotion to do all responsibilities and commitments as students, children of parents, and responsible citizens of our greater India. Moreover, I want to this situation. Moreover, I want to be this situation with transformed by the persistent and unwavering strenuous efforts of our national leaders with their intent of indisputable sacrificial attitudes and the sense of India first sankalp will prevail the global power by the seeds of value neutrality as well as the integrity of invincible win-win foreign policies and technological leadership. Integrated invincibility. In this letter, I want to preface and proceed with the and prospects and prosperity of our nation will be the global captainship with the combined aspects of knowledge, technology, and value-based education. Moreover, the seeds of enhanced employability skills, pragmatic emotional brilliance, and paradigmatic acceptability are also enriched. More essentially, I want to my country to meet the spiritual invincibility of achievement orientation all over the world. The spirit of sacredness and ethics of dharma and essence of sarva dharma sambhav is very important to win-win goodness to everyone. It embodies the equality of the destination of the paths followed by all religions. Undoubtedly, our grit in accepting multiculturalism and assimilating our greater ethos of spiritualism will, with the universal brotherliness, mutual consent, and love, promotes greater affluence of premiership of world affairs. Serendipitously, it is very pragmatic aspiration to focus the integrated progression of our India in 2047 in terms of affiliated quantifiable aspects of the economy, energy, technology, and non-material spheres of trust, tolerance, turbulence management, and thriving towards tranquility of world peace and prosperity with greater prospects in 2047. Unprecedented connotation on hierarchy. Conventionally, we are familiar with the ideas of the pros and cons of birth-based hierarchical arrangements. Unconventionally, I have the distinct ideas on hierarchy, that is hierarchy based on human values. In different places, our brothers and sisters are deprived not because of birth-based hierarchy but due to the lack of great humanitarian values including unconditional love, sacrifice, patriotism, probity in personal and professional life, and ethical purity. I believe this moral purification not only enables ethics-based personality development but essentially spurs the spirit of individual self-assessment and aspirations of the integrity of thoughts, words, and deeds. It will reinvigorate the greatness of Indian leadership since its origin and in ancient glorified history. Conclusive conviction. India, in my vision, is like all co-brothers and sisters of our great nation like you have, we have. The conventional aspirations will focus on health, education, child care, women empowerment, and ensuring transgender dignity. Additionally, there the inevitability of enabling adequate amenities to prevent starvation, pollution, corruption at any part that will be curtailed. Moreover, it is my expectation of our country from the individuality with the collective benevolence, with the emotionally stable, economically sustainable, and ecologically balanced growth on par with global standards. I have my dream of India in the core values of individual responsibility of each citizen with high degree of dignified values of gentleness that is doing the responsibility and the commitments even no one is monitoring, that is watching and questioning, even watching. I consider this individual committed trait dignified accountability and unalloyed sense of sincerity towards serving the nation with the seeds of punctuality, perfectness, passion, patriotism will surpass the leadership stature of the entire globe. Significantly, I have dreamed of India with the stewardship of global integrity, dream of spiritual leadership, dream of technological stewardship, leadership of humanitarian values, environmental conservation, and environmental viability, spotless digitalism, infrastructural expansion according to the futuristic requirements of global integrity and progression. Hence, I want the coming generation to have better and longevity and get the everything easier, everything they deserve for living this country with a global ambitions. I want my country to be the politically dignified and unbiased and the democracy of my country to be vibrant and successful. Lastly, these words may be looking beyond your understanding due to your age, but as you grow in your subsequent classes, you will find the clarification and the realization of the most vibrant nation of the world in all spheres along with the manifested individual development. Jai Hind.